Hey, thanks for coming here today. Today I'm going to play with texture on Texture Tuesday. So I did start playing with my fringe scissors a little bit before I turned this on because I wasn't quite sure this is what I wanted to do. Then I decided it is definitely what I'm going to do. So if you watched my video from last week where I said I had that white piece of cardstock, it wasn't really cardstock, you could see through it. That's what I'm using for this background now because it's enough to give the support for these fringe pieces that I need, but it's not going to be useful otherwise. So that's what I'm using. So I pulled out all of my scraps, and I'm not going to make you watch all of it. I am going to show you bits and pieces. So I showed you the bottom piece or the first piece going on, and then this one I'm going to put on. So I'm using my T-square to make that tape go on fairly straight. And then this one, it was a little short, so I'm just going to steal from another part to make it the full. And then I did leave this one in too, so this is a branding strip that has a bit of extra paper left, and I wanted the paper part, so I just am going to hide that other part right underneath the next layer. So taking the tape off, putting the next one on, and away we go. So this one I'm fringing from the other end. I like fringing from having the long piece the opposite way I just did. That was hard to say. So just adding some more on, adding some more on. I left this one in and I'm fringing the way I actually like to, because notice that this is one of those pieces of paper from a paper pack that has the hole in it. You don't have to worry about the hole. Just don't cut all the way up to the hole and just cover it up with the next piece as you're going up. So there it goes, and it's gone. Look at that. And I still could use that itty bitty piece of pink, and awesome. So I've skipped ahead until this last bit. So I'm going to put one more piece on that I'm fringing off screen at the moment. And then, so I'm just going to line a piece of tape here. I didn't even use my T-square that time because, yeah, all good, whatever. And then I'm going to put this last one on, and I'm just lining that up with the top of my page. And so now I have that white piece that I do have to deal with, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. And I'm just trimming off the extra pieces, fluffing this texture up a little bit. And so I thought maybe this, it's a chipboard border piece, but it's a little shorter. And then I thought about maybe finding some ribbon. So this yellow one I like, but it's not wide enough, so I do have to find something else. So I'm looking at some of my other border strips, and I like this alphabet one. I think I'll probably put a school photo on this at the moment, and I hadn't decided yet, and so I thought about doing this little strip of yellow, and then I decide I'm going to put it up on some foam adhesive. So I have this horrible roll. I hate this double-sided foam adhesive. Hate it, but I'm going to get it used up. So I put it on the back of this, and yeah. It's pretty sticky, and it's annoying. So that's why I don't like it. Not that, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like it as much as others. And I was just showing you some of the texture there. Still debating that yellow piece of ribbon. And I asked my kiddo to grab me the box of some of the school photos. So there's random bits and pieces in this box. And so I'm going to grab this picture. And I should have noticed that the other one on top that's also the same school year said grade 2. Because I make a mistake and I put grade 1 on this. But meh, back the box goes. But I'm going to use this picture of my kiddo, and her hair is really short because that's what she liked at this point in time. And right before she went in for the picture, she has to go to the bathroom. And so she went to the bathroom, she wetted her hands, and she messed her hair up for her picture. And so instead of doing retakes, like this is who this kid is, we just went with it when we got the pictures back. But her teacher warned me. Her teacher was also a colleague of mine at the time. And she warned me, she's like, Amanda, this is what Evie did. I was like, oh my goodness, okay. So I'm just backing this in white and then in black and just making sure I get a good clean cut on that picture. Just to anchor it, there's a lot of color on those layers, so I'm going to do the picture in white black, and then that ties in the top anchoring border piece too. Just trim in the white down a little bit more because I just want a wee bit of white. And then it's just going to get not a very wide border of black too. This wasn't quite, I don't know, it just wasn't cutting very well. So I'm just going to sneak this. I think there's tape on my scissors, and my scissors weren't cutting it very nice, and ugh. I need to take some rubbing alcohol, I think, to them. Alright, so that's the black, which I like. Just gonna make it a little thinner. And on it goes. And then that brown is just fun foam, so I'm going to do tape and glue because that tends to hold it better, and then glue. And I thought it was going to go on this side, and I'm like, but she's looking off the page then. So I scoot it really quick over here, just smudge out some of that glue. It's Nuvo, so it'll dry clear and not glossy, and you can't even see it. And then I pulled out my box of random letters. So these ones are thicker, chipboard, acetate, different kinds of things. So I pulled out this one. I actually pulled out the two from this package later when I realized it's actually gray too, but that's not on screen. So I backed the one in white so you could see it better. And then I grabbed these orange ones because I have orange in the background, and why not? So I thought I was going to do first, but there's not enough room beside the picture for first. So I'm going to move to grade here in a second. There's my head. All right, and this is where I've decided I'm going to do grade, but it's going to have to go down here. And so I'm just going to pull out all the letters for that. And it fits pretty good. The 2 is going to be a little bit in a different spot when I get it on here, but that's okay. So I'm just going to tuck some of them underneath that fringe. Some of them go over top of the fringe. And I'm going to get them glued in here. So first I'm going to use that horrible foam tape, and I'm going to get this one on here. Which was actually not too bad to pull up later. I realized not even an hour after, I was like, that's not grade 1. That was grade 2. But it happens. And then I'm just putting a little bit of glue on these clear, I think they're acetate. That one's probably more like vellum. I don't know. It's got more of a texture to it. These are very shiny for the grade though. So these ones are probably definitely acetate. And then just little dabs of glue so you can't see the glue, hiding them underneath the fringe, over top of the fringe, tucking a knot. Just use that to hold it down a little bit. And using my tiny attacher to put some staples in because that adds texture too. Just in a couple spots. And that is already done. So doing the fringe part of things actually took me probably close to 45 minutes to cut all those papers. And I took my time and sifted through my scraps for what would work. There's a couple of close-ups here. You can see that texture. And the 2. There we go. Thanks so much for watching today. If you liked my video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. There's a subscribe button above you too, and there's some other videos you might want to watch. Thanks again. Have a great day.